What is going on, YouTube? It is Primitive here, and today I am very excited to be bringing you the finals of Kansas City Regionals. Now, big shout out to PPG for allowing me to film the top cut matches and bring this all to you here. Now, on the right, we are going to be having Alphamon, the player that we did see win the top 8 match versus Imperial, and then on the left, we are going to be having Security Control. There were 4 Security Controls in the top 8, and so it was guaranteed that one was going to be able to make it into the finals after the first round, because in top 4 there was the mirror match. But getting on into the match, we see the Security Control player. They did get the Blade of the True out to get some draws, and then just playing out some tamers, as to where the Alphamon player just started with the Black Memory Boost, and that was able to get them up to the Digimon now. Gonna go with another one here, but they can tap the Mimi to make it cost 4 essentially, but I don't think that matters too much since you had so much memory, and setting up 2 Black Memory Boosts is going to really help in this deck. Now, one thing that there is to note is that the Security Control player is not playing any black cards or Digivolve cards in their list. The lists are public at this point, and so we know that there isn't any of the Digivolve effects, which is really the best way for Security Control to be dealing with Alphamon. They can go with the Doru Greymon plus the Kongu protection to make it so that nothing in the deck is actually going to be able to delete them outside of Digivolve effects, so missing that can make the matchup decently hard, just because they can basically set up to OTK you if they can get enough Doru Greymons on the board. But as of right now, they are getting semi-aggressive right now. We see the promo Seraphimon, which is going to be able to get a few different recovers when Digivolving and on deletion, but getting them down to 2 security and starting to get some pressure going. We did finally see the Dex Darugamon, so they're going to have a lot bigger of a push here because it looks like they were just kind of looking for that piece to keep going. Now they're going to go with the Doru Grey, be able to put the Dorumon underneath, which is going to gain 2, so now sitting at 3, and basically with the 2 memory boosts they can really just do everything that they want here. They are going to build all the way up to Alphamon here, be able to put the Orumon underneath, and then they can just go ahead and play Oryukin. They are going to, looks like they're going to pop a memory boost to put them at 2, so now they're going to be able to Digivolve for 3, and then end of turn effect is going to be able to prop. They're going to be able to gain more memory, so I don't think it really matters too much whether you pop the black memory boost there or not. I think at this point you have so much memory going that you're fine. You just kind of need a Kongu right now to make it so that they can't Chaos Degrade you, and also being able to recover out of security does make it not as strong as well, because they will be able to recover some of your checks, but only doing 2 checks as of right now. Gonna be able to swing again, no UG trigger to be able to put a Doru Grey or another Orumon underneath, so gonna just end the attacks there, but going for the cool boy, very quickly gonna grab the Alphamon or Yukin out of there and just try to set up a second stack, but if they don't have removal for this Alphamon, it can be annoying. I think they really just have to use Chaos Degradation. Wyvern's Breath is obviously not going to be able to get you there, and if you don't clear here and they do get the Orumon in hand, they could just clear you out. I'm going to go with another Mimi after popping the Reinforcing, and then just going to go with the Death X just to Digivolve down so that they're not the Alphamon or Yukin anymore. I think that this is pretty good. Alphamon just plays so many tamers that Death X becomes a very strong card in the matchup. Looks like they didn't have the Chaos Degradation to get rid of this stack there, so being able to just get them down back to the Doru Grey so that they have to have the Alphamon Digivolve and then go into the Alphamon or Yukin once again is pretty good, because you are making them use a lot of resources there, and the Oryukin stack here isn't going to be the most potent just because they end of turn only trash the 2 to gain the 2 memory, but here we are just going clearing security there. That TK gets recovered. If that was the second to last check, that could have been a little bit scary. TK is a card that can hurt you pretty frequently with Security Control just because of the amount of pure purple cards that there are in these lists, but gonna swing in with the Salamon and hits the Dorumon, which means that it is gonna survive, which normally is gonna be unfortunate, but it looks like we're gonna go ahead and just delete with the Calling, and then now we're gonna have double Death X, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, so gonna be playing them for 2, so you can Digivolve here, and then you can play the, I would just play the other one, Digivolve down to the Egg, pop them out. Now you have 2 Death X's on the board, which is very hard for them to clear. here, and then sure, just put them at 6 with the Flame Hell Scythe to play the Magna. I don't think giving the memory here matters at all because they don't have a rookie in raising, and now you're presenting 3 bodies on board to threaten 3 checks. Going into decks, Darugumon is going to give them blocker Retail, but they are going to need to go into Dorgreymon here. Okay, so they do have it, and so now that's going to keep them safe from the Death X. Just having blocker there wasn't going to be enough because they would just get popped at the end of the turn by the Death X opponent's end of turn effect, but you're still going to have to probably block here, which does threaten your stack out. Gonna go with the Alphamon here, be able to put the Oriyumon underneath, and then the Dorumon already used, but it wouldn't matter anyway because we are going to 3 with the TK. But I would probably just swing in with the Death X's here. Nope, just going straight with the Chaos deck. So gonna put it on the bottom, trash the top, get rid of that Dorumon, and now we know that bottom check Alphamon. I think you could have swung there and it would have been fine, but you know, this really kind of is just the same thing. You are going to be getting rid of the stack that had blocker retaliation. You are getting rid of the stack that could have been an Alphamon if things do go awry in security. So with security control, it is a deck that you do kind of have to be a little bit safe with sometimes. So the Kongu is going to come out. That is going to stop Magna from being able to swing in unless they are able to Digivolve up into a Mega right here. But also going to stop any recovery. So you aren't going to be able to, you know, play any Holy Waves to pass or Magnas or Hell Scythes, which can be scary because they are going to be gaining 2 out of raising with the UGs. They have the 2 Cool Boys, so there is a pretty good amount of memory gain going on. So there is a decently good chance that if they have the pieces, they could get back up into an Alphamon or Yukon mode, but now we are going to just go ahead and play out the Avenge, counting out the options here. The Secom player does have a pretty good amount of options, and the Alphamon player has 3, so most likely playing that for free. Not moving the memory gauge, so I assume it's for free. Gonna play the TK, but okay, this is bad. You can't recover because of Kongu. Now, obviously, a lot of people leave these things out as reminders. It did have to get shuffled in because of the Avenge, but I know the head judge is sitting right there. We can see his finger, so definitely something that shouldn't have happened there. Still gonna be not like during your turn. So since they played Kongu, you can't recover one with TK unless I'm missing something there. I'm pretty sure that was should have been just back down to 1 security, and they did grab the Sakuya out of there and was able to Digivolve it up, which is now giving them Sec -3, which is only gonna make getting through harder, because if they had 1 security and you were able to get through 1 check and be able to then go with the Alphamon, unsuspend, swing 1 check, unsuspend, swing, you would be able to get there. So I don't know if I'm missing something, but from what I understand, the Kongu definitely should have stopped that recover. We will see how this game ends up here. We are going to go into the decks here, going to be able to trash, gain the memory, and go with Cool Boy to gain 1, draw 1. So now sitting at 4. Can go to the Alphamon. Now we can go into the Alphamon or Yukon. We did see a couple of them go to the bottom early with Cool Boy, I'm pretty sure, or maybe it was Coda. So they should be able to have at least 1 more in deck to draw up into. They are looking through trash, thinking about what they want to do. Oh, they were going for the Alphamon effects to resolve still, and so they are going with the check. So they are able to check 1 right now. The 3 Dorgrays is going to negate the Sakuya minus. And so they can swing. If they have Yuji, they'd be able to tap to be able to unsuspend. Gonna go with 1 Yuji here. No or Yukon, so they are just going full in with the Alphamon here. Gonna hit Holy Flame to give another Sec minus. So now they cannot get that last check in, and that recover from the TK, unless that was the card that was in the security, is definitely hurting here. But now we're going to go ahead and trash some cards, keeping the checks, it looks like. So gonna trash 5 to go back up to 3 memory. That Holy Wave hitting actually hurts a lot more, considering Grumblemon potentially being able to go in for game, and they just scoop it up right there because they aren't able to go for game, and security control player is going to be able to swing in. So that TK recover might have been pretty big, but regardless, Alphamon is going to have them go first, just because security control is a deck that does play a lot of big cards a lot of times. So sometimes they're going to have to just turn 1, either pass or put you to 6 with something like Holy Wave, Reinforced Memory Boost, or even 7 with the Magna. But going to go with the Bushi promote, so that way they can get the draw with Vixie after the reinforcing here. The Kari is a pretty good card in this matchup, just because you are going to force your opponent to essentially have to trash another card from their Alphamon stack to be able to gain gain the memory that Kari is going to negate. And so being able to stack up a couple of them is obviously pretty good in this matchup. We didn't see that first game them go for any Kongu Dora Gray like combo to be able to try to swing in for an OTK, so that's definitely what they're going to be going for, so we'll have to see if it comes up here. Gonna go with a Holy Flame just to give sec -3 to the Dorumon, making it so that it can't just get a free check right there, and then gonna pass turn. They're going to 3 anyway, so you know, as security control player, you don't really mind passing a lot of the times if you would rather just kind of keep resources in your hand or not give your opponent too much memory. If right there, like we see Holy Waves in their hands, they could have played a Holy Wave and that would have put your opponent to 4, and so it looks like they're just kind of valuing giving them minimal memory by just going for the Holy Flame to prevent checks and then going with the pass there. But the Alphamon player is starting to set up. I mean, a Koda, a Yuji, and a Cool Boy is a pretty good combo to just start having good memory on your turn, but down to 2 security for the Alphamon player. Secon, not usually the deck to be the aggressor, but definitely getting aggressive right here. Chaos Degradation just to be able to get a Dorumon off the field. You're already at so much memory that your opponent's going to go to 3 anyway, so you can just play a big option card there. Make your opponent's security a little bit weaker, so by putting that Dorumon in there, you know that bottom check is essentially nothing that you can just swing into for free. But we got the Dora Gray out now, and we're sitting at 4 memory, so being able to play the Dex Dora Greymon here, you're going to gain a memory, and then you can definitely just go up into Alphamon and then go for the Oryukin. Going to be able to delete the level 4 there with the Dex Dora Gray, so clearing that Bushi off the board and setting up Retaliation blocker, so Alphamon, if they keep it unsuspended, would be able to block next turn. Obviously, they don't have any Digimon on the board right now, but they could swing into Flame Hellscythe and get some Digimon to come out, so we're going to swing in, top check the Chaos Degradation, so the Alphamon surviving top check, which would have been really bad. The Eden's Javelin is going to pop the Dorumon, which is a bit unfortunate because they definitely wanted that there to be able to swing in for game, but you just cleared out security. You now have Ryudomon on the board with the Alphamon. They're not going to be able to clear both unless they can play the Avenge Kid for potentially free. Not many option cards in the Alphamon trash, and I don't think there's that many in the security control trash either, so we are just going to give the sec -3 and then go for the Dex, which will pop the Ryudomon. Now the Dora Gray doesn't have enough to be able to swing in, but the Grumblemon is going to be able to take it right there. That is something that you have to be worried about with the Alphamon. They are pretty consistently playing 1 to 2 Grumblemon, so it is an option for them to just be able to go in for that final check. But now we are getting on into Game 3. The winner of this will be claiming the title of Kansas City Regional Champion, so we'll see what goes on here. It's going to be pretty standard early game between these 2 decks. The security control player wants to set up tamers that will be annoying, such as the Kari. The Mimi does help too, but mostly the Kari, and then you want to be able to recover up before the damage starts coming in, because if you can make it to where they could go for full swing and not clear all security, you have a much better shot at being able to stabilize here. Going into the Dorugumon, they do have blocker that they could block there, but they're just going to let it swing in. Going to hit an Oryukin, so that is potentially good. It is a key piece that you can only play so many of in one deck, so if they are potentially missing it at a key point, that could be nice. So as many as you see go to trash from security, the better usually, but double Dorugumon out here now, going to be able to promote game 1, draw 1 with the Yuji, so sitting at 4. Dora Gray, if they put another Dorumon, they would be able to go up to 3 and be able to gain the memory to go into Alphamon, but now they might just go for Alphamon and put the opponent at 1. It is a little bit scary because you do just kind of get your stack lost to Chaos Degradation here, but if they don't have it, then there's not much that they can do, so they're actually just going to go for the double Dora Gray stack on board, so can't clear this. The only card that would be able to potentially clear this is in security control is really just Death X or something like Schwartz, but they are still protected from deletion by effects for the turn, so the best you could do is be able to Chaos Degrade 1, de-digivolve both back down to champion, so you can at least burn 2 Dora Grays, or just play something like Holy Flame. Went for the Chaos Degrade play, which is going to give the opponent a bunch of memory, and really, when you're at the Dora Gray, you don't want to give your opponent that much memory, obviously. This is a very easy way to go up into Oryukin right here. No Dorumon or Dorimon to be able to get effects right there, but we are going to be able to swing in Kari first check, so on the second check, they are going to be able to double tap to pass turn. Unsuspend did just burn a Chaos Degradation though, so this could be a little annoying to get over. I do believe it is in Wyvern's Breath territory, but we're just going to go with the Holy Flame, shut it down for a turn. Not really too much going on for the security control player. I definitely think they are losing a hold of this game just a little bit. They can go with the Flame Hell Scythe here. Not going to be able to delete, obviously, but they can get a recovery up and get a body on board. It will get popped if they go for the Oryukin, but I don't think it matters too much. Going to go with the Eden's Javelin. Doragray Protection is burnt, so I'm not sure where they are DP-wise now, but I would imagine they're probably just not going to even swing in to risk it. You can just go with the Dorumon here. Going to go with 2 Dorumons and just get some search going. Alphamon or Oryumon as the target right there. Chose the Oryumon so that way they can just stack it up with the Yuji. Makes a lot of sense. You could potentially just go for game. I mean, security control is really not threatening you too much right now. I feel like 2 Karis is fine, but it's not super crazy. We can go for the Juno here, so gonna mill 3. Milling 3 Digimon and can grab back any of the few. Salamon, I think, is a good choice here. That gives you the cycle and back. And then also, if they do swing in and you do survive the turn, then you are going to be able to promote up and at least get the recovery from that. You're most likely going to be able to guaranteed be able to swing into something that's suspended if you're scared of swinging into security. But this is looking like potential game. This is looking like you're going to need to have Holy Flame and security, really, because then you can shut down the Dorumons from getting checks in, and then they could go for the Grumblemon as well on top of the Yuji. I would imagine with the Oryumon put in hand that this is just going to be a tap Yuji, put Oryumon underneath. And with 2 Alphamons, I mean, this is looking pretty good for game. I think if you had 1 more memory here to be able to play Kongu, you'd be in a much better position. Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much because of the Junomon here. If you swing, you need to be able to unsuspend for sure, just because you want to make it so that Juno can't swing in. But I thought they didn't have the Oryukin mode just because they hadn't played it recently. Must have just drawn it, so now we're going to be able to go up into it. They don't have the Oryumon underneath, so they are going to have to Digivolve for 7. Getting rid of 3, 4, 5, so just going to put the opponent to 1 and fill up the deck a little bit more. It is starting to get a little bit low. Which is something that can matter versus security control, but as of right now, I don't think it matters. Security control hasn't seen a memory tamer, so they've been consistently getting choked a lot of the turns, not having too much memory, no Mimis to be able to reduce play costs. Now there's an Alphamon and an Alphamon Oryukin plus 2 rookies on board. Going to be able to clear 1 and play a Magna, but I don't know how impactful that's going to be, just considering that we are going to be having this Alphamon Oryukin, which is swinging for 3 checks, and we know that the Yuji is going to be able to put the Oryumon underneath, so I think this is just game. Nothing in the deck going to be able to kill Alphamon here. You're going to be swinging for 3 checks, unsuspend, swing 3 more checks. You can go ahead and kill the Dorumon or just give a minus to the Alphamon here, but I don't think it matters too much. You're going to just be swinging in, swing, and then the Alphamon, even if you hit the Holy Wave here, would make it so that you are just going to be able to swing in through the checks. And last check is not going to be good enough. Still going to have the swings to be able to go in right there. And Paul going to be able to take the Kansas City Regional Championships with Alphamon. So obviously having a great run. Only Alphamon making cut and making it through the sea of security control players to take that championship. So big congrats to him. And big congrats to Isaiah on the security control for getting second and making it to the finals. So if you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe because I'm going to be bringing you even more content, including more regional contents as I go to San Diego Regionals this weekend. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to like and subscribe, but I will catch you all next time. I hope you have a fantastic day. Peace out.